Hello classes, this is your 7th grade math, Unit 4, Lesson 2 video. The topic of the video, what we're going to be talking about is perspectives and 3D figures. So let's take a look at perspectives. Let's take a look first at the word perspective. What does perspective mean? Perspective is taking a look at objects from the front view, the top view, and the side view of a 3D figure. So we have a 3D figure here, and we're going to take a look at it from the top view, and from the front view, and we're going to draw it. So starting from the left, we have 1, 2, 3 squares stacked on top of each other, or cubes rather. So we're going to draw that front view using 2 by 2 on our grid paper. 1, 2, and 3. Be sure to draw this on the paper that you have in front of you watching this video. Moving on with the front view, if we look at the next column, we see we have 1, 2 cubes stacked on top of each other. So we're going to continue drawing our front view. 1, 2. Moving on to the next column, we have 1, 2. Drawing those cubes in a different color so you can see. Now to the next column, we only have 1. So that's all we're going to draw in our front view is 1. We've got some nice dotted line action going on for your enjoyment. Now moving on to the last column, we only have 1 in it as well. And we draw our last front of the cube, and that is our front view. So if you notice, we have 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. That's our front view. Now, we're going to look at it from the top view. So imagine yourself hovering over the top of this 3D figure, and what do you see? So we have from the top, starting on the left-hand side, we have 1, 2, no, on the left-hand side. So looking back at the top view, we're going to look at the left. We have 1, 2, so we're going to draw that. Moving across the top to the right, we have another 2. 1, 2. Draw those. Oops, I got off a little bit on my line. All right, then moving across again. 1, 2, drawing that view. All right, and now if we look at the last one, we just have 1 and drawing that one. It doesn't go on the back, it goes right up there. Perfect. And then lastly, we have 1. All right, so let's take a look at this. I looked at it from left to right. So we have 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. You can also look at it from the back to the front. It's the same thing. So you may look at it in different ways, but it still ends up being the same view. Because if you look at it from the back, you see in the back you have 3 across. No, in the back. And then in the front, you have 5 across. And our drawing has exactly that. Now we're going to erase our numbers on the 3-dimensional figure. and we're going to look at the side view. And all you really need to be focusing on is being able to draw these views. We're just giving you the numbers to make sure that you actually see it. So looking from the side, all right, now we're going to take a look at the side view. And if you look at the front first here on the left-hand side, we have 1, 2. So we're going to go ahead and draw our 2 sides of the cube. 1. Now, I think those, David, Mr. Sawyer. All right, so we have 2, and we're going to draw 2. And now, looking behind that on our 3D object, we have 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to continue drawing the side view with 3 squares, which are the sides of our cubes, and there you go. So remember, perspective is the front view, the top view, and the side view of three-dimensional figures. You need to know how to draw these. We're going to practice some in class. For the next part of our video, we're going to move on to three-dimensional figures and looking at the top view and side view of those. So first we're going to take a look at a cone. And if we're looking at the cone from the top, we see that we have a circle as our top view, and there's a dot up at the top of the circle, and that's where the peak of the pyramid, apex of the triangle, meets with each other. So when we look at the top view, we simply have a circle. All right, now when we look at the front view of the cone, we see a triangle. And then again, when we look at the cone from the side, we also see a triangle. Okay? So we're going to look at some real live figures in 3D figures in class. So it'll give you a better perspective as to what these shapes actually look at. So moving on to the triangular prism. If you look at it from the top, you'll notice that you see a triangle. And if you look at it from the front, you're going to have a rectangle. And then if you look at it from the side, you're going to have a rectangle. All right, so that's really all it is to a triangular prism. Also, what you have to remember, whenever you're dealing with prisms, your bases, triangular base, are going to be your top view. Just a little side note. Moving on to the square pyramid. If we're looking at this pyramid from the top, all we're going to see is a square. It's kind of hard to see the back side of the pyramid, but you do have a square. And you're going to have a dot where the apex of the triangles meet, and you're going to have lines coming from the dot going to the corners, which kind of make it end up looking like an envelope. So remember, the top view of a square pyramid is a square with the dot in the center, which is the top of the triangle, and then you're going to see some lines, and that's what I was talking about that looks like an envelope. All right, moving on to the front view, we see, of course, a triangle. And then if we were to look at it from the side, we would see a triangle as well. Triangular pyramid. The top view of the pyramid. Top view of the triangular pyramid. I don't know. All right, so the top view of the triangular pyramid is similar to the square pyramid, except you see a triangle with the dot in the center and then lines going out. And of course, the side and top view of the triangular pyramid would indeed be a triangle. Last, we're going to look at a cylinder. So, I think that it's pretty self-explanatory. When you look at the top of the cylinder, you see a circle. When you look at the front of the cylinder, you see a rectangle. When you look at the side of the cylinder, which is kind of hard to show you because we don't have a three-dimensional figure.
Cover a class this afternoon.
Well,
I was talking to David.
oh, we're doing our video. I'm emceeing.
Oh, well, I need to sit out.
We're almost finished. Come on in. They'll hear you.
Okay.
1 second. Oh, okay, sorry, but Miss Malik says hello to everyone. So if we have the side view, we also have a rectangle as well. So guys, pay close attention to the cone and pay close attention to the cylinder. Practice drawing, especially those two, in your journal. And if you have any questions, we'll talk about it in class. But the cone and the cylinder are very, very important. Mucho important. All right, so this is the video. It's a little long, but it'll all be good and fun. Watch the video, have it ready to go. Class on Wednesday, and we'll come straight in and do activities and hopefully answer a lot of questions and have a lot of fun. This is Mrs. Charles and Mr. Sawyer. We hope you enjoyed our lesson. Peace out.